You are not late. You are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be to understand one of the most extraordinary truths of all. Imagine, for a moment, that every thought, every desire, every silent request you whisper from the depths of your being does not vanish into the void, but instead travels through an invisible network of cosmic intelligence. What if I told you the universe is not some cold, indifferent machine, as materialist science often claims, but a living, conscious system that responds to your intentions with a precision beyond all human logic? This idea might feel strange, even unsettling. After all, we've been conditioned to believe we are isolated islands of consciousness drifting in a sea of cosmic indifference. But what if you discovered that ancient philosophies, mystical traditions, and even the findings of modern quantum physics are all pointing to the same radical revelation? The universe hears you, it understands you, and it responds to you, always. In the next few moments, you'll begin to see why this knowledge can transform the way you live, dream, and shape your reality. Because behind what we often call coincidences, synchronicities, or luck, lies a divine algorithm, one of breathtaking sophistication, far beyond our comprehension. Many believe that the moment they ask something of the universe, it should appear instantly. But the truth is far more subtle, and infinitely more powerful. The divine algorithm is not a cosmic vending machine where you insert a desire and instantly receive a result. It works through resonance, timing, and, above all, alignment. The great challenge is that many souls who try to connect with the universe feel lost. Some are trapped in old patterns of thought, fear, doubt, attachment to appearances that they've carried for years. Others aren't even sure what they truly need in order to grow. This creates a kind of spiritual fog where consciousness becomes confused and stagnant. It's like waking up from an intense dream and not knowing where you are. That's exactly what many souls experience when trying to dialogue with the cosmos. That's why there is a vital process I call energetic review. In this phase, your consciousness, with the help of the universe's vast and compassionate intelligence, revisits, not to judge, but to understand. There is no punishment, only a loving, truthful analysis of your deepest intentions, hidden fears, and unconscious resistance. It's like watching a film of your own energetic existence, but not just seeing it, feeling it, sensing the impact of every thought, every emotion, every vibration you've ever sent out. And this moment of reflection is profoundly liberating. It's the moment when your awareness finally sees its own patterns, its own power, and the real alignments it still needs to embody. Knowing this energetic review is always waiting can become a sacred call to live more consciously today. Every word you speak, every act of love or indifference, every choice made from fear or courage, it all counts. Everything echoes far beyond the material world. Don't wait for a moment of crisis to question your vibrational alignment. Pause now. Ask yourself, if the universe were to evaluate the coherence between my intentions and my actions today, what would it feel? Let that question become your compass. Let it guide your next steps. At the end of this energetic review, when your soul, and here lies one of our greatest misunderstandings, is often imagined as seeking a perfect life, free of pain, free of challenges. But in truth, the opposite is far more accurate. The soul grows through experience, and the most powerful experiences often involve transformation, transcendence, forgiveness, and unconditional love. Here is the central idea. The soul chooses its requests to the universe based on what it still needs to balance, learn, or strengthen. If, for example, in a previous phase, the soul developed great intelligence but neglected compassion, it may choose experiences that bring it closer to deep human emotions. If there was pride, it may come with a mission of humility. If there was fear, a challenge of courage may arise. What defines the next set of manifestations is not a punishment imposed from the outside. It is a loving decision born from within the soul itself, supported by the cosmic intelligence that helps it visualize the most aligned paths. But the final choice is always free. When you feel a powerful calling, that dream that refuses to die inside you, that repeating challenge echoing through your life, that pain that seems to make no sense, pay attention. None of it is random. These are clues pointing to the mission your soul embraced before making its requests to the universe. And even more, many of your deepest fears also contain the seeds of your purpose. The fear of not being accepted, of failing, of being vulnerable, often points directly to the very area where your soul came to learn freedom. And now comes the question: why are your requests answered in this particular way? Why, under these specific circumstances, with these unique challenges and particular blessings? When we talk about how the universe responds to your soul's requests, we referring to one of the most important decisions your soul makes before incarnating into this reality. Nothing is random, even in the hardest situations. Rejection, abandonment, suffering, there is always a deeper purpose. But when we look only through the eyes of the material world, we often judge these universal responses as flawed, problematic, or far from what we imagined. And yet, from the soul's perspective, what matters is not comfort, but growth. The soul chooses manifestations that offer the precise conditions needed to experience what it must. Sometimes this means receiving loving, supportive responses to learn about trust, joy, and self-worth. Other times it means being placed in dysfunctional or difficult environments to cultivate resilience, compassion, self-forgiveness, or even to break ancestral cycles of pain. This choice is neither forced nor random. The soul, along with universal intelligence, reviews countless possibilities before choosing. It sees the energy of future manifestations, their tendencies, karmic imprints, and evolutionary potential. It evaluates the environment in which it will grow, the values it will encounter, the challenges it will face. Many souls even form sacred agreements before manifestation, soul contracts with others who agree to play key roles in their universal responses. Sometimes these souls are already deeply connected from other dimensions, through bonds of love or mutual karmic learning. Begin to view your request to the universe as part of your evolutionary blueprint. Even if there are wounds, disappointments, or gaps between what you expected and what you received, there is also hidden opportunity. Ask yourself, what do I need to learn from receiving these exact responses from the universe? Maybe it's forgiveness. Maybe acceptance. Maybe it's the challenge of carving a different path. Step out of the role of the victim and into the role of the spiritual protagonist of your life. Understand that your soul, with all its ancient wisdom, chose to make these requests, knowing precisely what would make you bloom. Recognize the sacredness of your story. Honor the answers you've received, not out of obligation, but from awareness. This unleashes immense inner strength and brings you even closer to your true purpose. But what about free will? If everything was already chosen by the soul, do I still have a choice? That is one of the most powerful and liberating questions we can ask. Because yes, before you incarnated, your soul outlined a plan. It mapped out key challenges, opportunities, and soul-level encounters. But that doesn't mean everything is set in stone. Many people, upon discovering that a spiritual blueprint exists, begin to believe they are merely passengers in life, trapped in some inescapable fate. That's not true. Free will exists, and it is sovereign. The soul's plan is more like a vast map sketched in light. It reveals paths, options, probabilities, but the one who holds the compass and chooses which trail to walk is you. With each conscious choice, you are not breaking the plan. You are refining it, realigning it. There is no such thing as being too far off track. Even decisions that seem like detours will eventually serve your evolution. So the invitation is clear. Take responsibility for your path. Stop waiting for destiny to unfold by itself. Start co-creating with the deeper plan your soul already holds. Sometimes alignment requires the courage to leave a toxic relationship, change careers, forgive someone who hurt you, or simply say yes to the whisper of your own heart. Other times, it requires the patience to trust divine timing. And remember, your free will is not a burden. It's a gift. It's what makes every act of love, every breakthrough, every soul decision sacred. Your soul trusts you. Now, it's your turn to trust your ability to choose and to create a life that honors who you truly are. Think of it this way. Before reincarnating, your soul may have planned to experience love, purpose, or transformation. You still have the power to delay, resist, or even walk away from those opportunities. That's part of the soul's evolutionary game. Some meetings carry an energy you can feel in your body, as if time stops and the entire universe whispers, "Pay attention." These encounters are not random. They are soul reunions. But in today's fast-paced world, many people ignore these deeper connections or confuse them with fleeting passions. As a result, soul-level relationships, powerful gateways for growth, are often missed or dismissed. Before incarnation, souls that share deep bonds of love, purpose, friendship, or partnership often agree to meet again in the physical plane. These are what we call soulmates or soul companions. The soul recognizes its counterpart not with the physical eyes, but through vibration. It's an inexplicable magnetism, a powerful familiarity, sometimes a calm, sacred peace, other times a storm that turns your life upside down, forcing you to grow. Recognition is subtle, but undeniable. A gaze that seems to see through you, a conversation that flows like it's resuming from another lifetime, a sense of, "I know you from somewhere," with no logical reason. But be mindful. Recognizing a soulmate doesn't guarantee ease. In fact, these connections often challenge you deeply, precisely because they were arranged to awaken what still needs healing, release, and transformation within you. The first step is awareness. Not every intense connection is a soul reunion, and not every soulmate is meant to stay forever. Some come to teach, to help you complete a chapter, to trigger your awakening. When you feel like you've met someone like that, ask yourself, is this person helping me become who I truly am? Does this connection challenge me to grow, even if it sometimes hurts? If the answer is yes, chances are you're facing a soul who was part of your life plan. Open your heart, but don't lose awareness. Honor these sacred connections, but also respect each person's time and space. Sometimes loving deeply means walking together. Other times, it means knowing when to let go. Not every overwhelming love is a soulmate. Not every deep friendship is just a friendship. In the spiritual realm, soul bonds are far more varied and far more meaningful than we usually imagine. The issue is that many people go through life searching for the perfect soulmate, convinced that only they can bring happiness, fulfillment, and purpose. This unrealistic expectation often leads to disappointment because it overlooks the complexity of spiritual contracts between souls. There are different types of spiritual connections, each with a unique role in your growth. There are soulmates, soul companions, and soul contracts. Soulmates are spirits with whom you share a deep, eternal bond. It's as if they are two sparks from the same flame, vibrating at the same frequency. They find each other across lifetimes, helping one another evolve. Soul companions are those who walk beside you during specific moments of your journey. They may be friends, family members, colleagues, or mentors. They love you and support your growth consistently, though not always through intense emotional transformations. Before reincarnating, you make spiritual contracts with several souls. These are agreements based on love and a shared commitment to evolve. You may promise, for example, to help someone learn self-worth, and they may promise to help you heal through forgiveness. So instead of desperately searching for the perfect soulmate, honor every soul that crosses your path. Each one carries a gift. Even if it comes wrapped in pain or challenge, you have never been, and will never be, alone. From the moment your soul chose to reincarnate, a team of love and wisdom was assigned to walk with you, your spirit guides. But in the rush of the physical world, many people forget, or doubt, this constant presence. They believe they must carry everything on their own, unaware that guidance and support are always one whisper away. Spirit guides are higher conscious beings committed to guiding, protecting, and inspiring you throughout your life on Earth. They don't control your choices. They fully respect your free will, but they offer signs, intuition, and nudges to help you align with your soul's purpose. How do they communicate? Through sudden intuition, that inner voice saying, "Go here," or "Dawn, do that," without any logical reason. Through external signs, a song that plays at the right moment, a line from a book that jumps out at you, a magical coincidence through dreams or visions. Vivid dreams where you feel deep peace or receive subtle messages. Through people, guides sometimes speak through others, using them to deliver the message or open a door. This communication is subtle. Moments of stillness, meditation, or time in nature help you tune in. Thanking your guides, even without seeing immediate results, deepens your connection and makes you more receptive. For centuries, the concept of karma has been misunderstood, seen as some kind of cosmic punishment, a way of paying for past mistakes. This has created fear, guilt, and a sense of helplessness toward life. But the truth is far more liberating. Karma is not punishment. It is simply the natural law of cause and effect. Every thought, word, and action generates energy that will, sooner or later, return to us. Not to punish, but to offer balance and learning. Reincarnation is the soul's perfect mechanism to harmonize these energies across many lifetimes. The soul adjusts its actions, choices, and lessons, always evolving toward love, wisdom, and inner freedom. Karma is not a rigid sentence. You have free will, always. With every conscious choice, you can create new positive karma, dissolve old patterns, and change your destiny. When you act with awareness, love, and responsibility, you plant seeds of light that will bloom in this life, or another. So next time you face a challenge, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this here to teach me?" That single shift in perspective transforms you from a victim into a co-creator of your spiritual path. Great souls often choose great challenges. When we witness or experience deep suffering, illness, loss, war, poverty, the human mind says, "This is unfair. This is punishment." But when we look through the eyes of the soul, the perspective changes completely. Some souls choose extremely difficult lifetimes to accelerate their growth, balance karmic debts, or contribute to the collective evolution of humanity. They incarnate to bring light into places of pain, to awaken sleeping hearts, to teach about compassion, strength, forgiveness, and resilience. These souls, before they are born, see the map of their lives, the wounds, the loss, the obstacles, the scars, and still they say yes. Why? Because they know that through those very experiences, they can expand their light in powerful, transformative ways. And that changes everything. It changes how we see pain, ours and that of others. It changes how quickly we judge people who walk through heavy realities. It changes the way we interpret our own struggles. When you realize that hardships might be courageous choices made by the soul, you begin to feel a deep reverence, not only for your story, but for the silent battles of those around you. You didn't come here just to survive. You came to live with purpose, and your soul knows exactly what that purpose is. But in the noise of modern life, between fear, pressure, and distraction, many forget this truth. Living without purpose creates a void, a subtle frustration, a feeling of being lost. even when everything looks fine on the outside. Your soul's purpose isn't something you need to invent. It already exists, woven into the essence of your being. Connecting with it is not about creating, but remembering. How? Let me give you a few powerful keys: signs and synchronicities. As you move closer to your purpose, the universe starts to align. The right people show up. Opportunities appear. Inspired ideas strike like lightning. Stay alert. None of this is random. Akashic records. These are the energetic archives of the soul, containing every experience, emotion, and lesson across lifetimes. Accessing them, through a practitioner or your own intuitive practice, can reveal deep insight into your gifts, challenges, and sacred mission. Silence and inner stillness. When the mind is loud, the soul's voice is drowned out. Even 5 minutes of daily silence can reconnect you. Your soul has been leaving clues everywhere, in your passions, your childhood dreams, the pain that hurts the most, and the talents that refuse to be silenced. Reconnecting to your purpose is not a luxury. It's a spiritual necessity. So, take a deep breath. Look at your life, in all its beauty, brokenness, highs, and lows, and receive this truth. You are exactly where you need to be. It doesn't matter if the road has been harder than you thought. It doesn't matter if you've fallen, wandered, or had to start over 1,000 times. Every step, every choice, every tear, and every smile brought you here, to this moment of awakening. The human mind compares. It says you're late. You failed. You should be further ahead. But the soul knows. It knows that everything blooms in perfect time. There are no delays in the universe, no unforgivable mistakes, only paths, detours, returns, and infinite chances to begin again. If you're feeling the call to align your life with your purpose right now, know this: that very call is already the first step. The universe doesn't ask for your perfection. It only asks for sincerity, courage, and the willingness to grow. Trust your path, even when you can't see the next step. Your soul can. Trust it. Embrace your past. Everything that happened, even the pain, was raw material for your evolution. Be grateful. Let it go. Honor your present. Today is a sacred gift. Life pulses here and now, full of infinite possibilities. Build your future with consciousness. Choose thoughts that uplift, actions that create, and loves that liberate. You are an eternal soul on an extraordinary journey, and even if you sometimes forget it, there are thousands of beings of light, guides, and soul companions encouraging you at every step. So next time doubt or fear tries to stop you, remember this: your soul already knows the way. You just have to trust and move forward. The divine algorithm is real. The universe is listening. And your next manifestation might be exactly what you need to take the next quantum leap in your evolution. You're not late. You're not lost. You are exactly where you need to be to activate the next level of the divine algorithm.